welcome to the Must Love Yarncast.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. It's been 3 weeks-ish.
Yeah, plus or minus.
It's beginning of May. It's May 5th. So welcome. Sunday, we have, this month, we have to move our yarn casting dates to a weekend because baseball season's here. So Mondays,
which is actually good. I have a lot of things to do at work, so leaving early on Mondays
are kind of offline for me. So here we are. We are at our yarn store in Shelburne, Vermont, where you can buy a lot of things that we're going to talk about today, show you. And you can find the store out on all social media platforms as Must Love Yarn. Though we are definitely most active on Instagram, which then pushes to Facebook. But you can find us on Ravelry, on the World Wide Web, all as Must Love Yarn.
All those places.
And I'm Angela.
I'm Jen.
And you can find me on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as, I always have to think for a second, Jennifer_Arbuckle, and on Ravelry as J Arbuckle.
Yep. And feel free to, check out what we have going on those pages. That Instagram page is my personal page.
Mine too.
It's the other stuff. Not all knitting content. But it's been a little, just quiet. Not as much stuff going on over there. It's just I have had a lot of things going on. A lot of things with kids. I try to be mindful of my kids. To get their permission before I post things online that have them in them.
And I just forget most of the time. I spent a weekend in North Carolina taking beautiful pictures, and I don't think I posted any of them, so. Because I'm lazy.
Yeah. And I've got some knitting stuff here and haven't been bothered to post about it. So, it's just, that's...
distraction.
Things have been distracting.
Yeah.
Lots of long days, doing all kinds of stuff, so.
Life gets busy.
Absolutely. So
anyway, you might find all kinds of stuff out there.
All kinds of fun things. So we like to start our yarn cast with our yarn cast pick. And so the way this works is we will show you a yarn. I think this time we've got a couple of yarns we're going to show you. And we'll give you a code. And with the code, you can get 10% off in our online store or in-store for 2 weeks. So this yarn cast will post on Friday, which I believe is the 10th.
I don't know.
And so it'll be active. The code will be active from the 10th to 2 weeks following, which I believe is the 21st.
I've changed those dates so many times. I've got the dates at the end of the week memorized.
Is 2 weeks later the 21st? Or have I just
be the 24th, right?
24th. I just totally... 24th. Okay.
Right, plus 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure my coffee's kicked in, even though it's after 10 o'clock. But so for that 2 week window, you can get 10% off these items. It's available for in-stock stuff that we have. And so as we were sort of looking through, it's kind of cotton season. It doesn't really feel like it today, but, for summer tops or summer shawls or little cardigans
summer
or
things.
Summer things
or the in-between season shoulder season things.
I
think it's called that because your shoulders get cold.
I think so, because you wear tank tops and then you need something to just warm up a little bit. So we have a couple of great cotton and cotton blend yarns to show you today. So our first one up is this LRA Marmel Duo. So we do have regular Marmel. Or Marmel.
I don't know.
But this is Marmel Duo. So this is still a cotton acrylic yarn. It's a DK weight. It's 100 gram skeins, 284 yards. But this has got a little bit longer color repeats than the standard Marmel.
It's good to see them up close because these look a little muted, but then when you look at them up close, you see how much fun there
it has some more solid color intermixed in. So the Marmel is just the
barber
sort of the barber pole, but this has a little bit of both. So it would definitely knit up to or crochet up to some interesting patterns and some little stripes. But you could also use this for any of the
just a basic tee would just add some interest to a basic tee.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Or, you know, you could pair it with another solid.
Yeah.
And do some color work with it. Or there's a couple cool shawl patterns that have come out recently. Cowl patterns that use like this type of Barber Polly yarn. So the LRA Marmel Duo is our first candidate for the pick of the week. And our second candidate is the solid. And this is Juniper Farms Zoe, which is another cotton blend yarn.
We usually have quite a few colors, so we might have some more by the time you order.
Yep.
But right now we have 8 colors, but they're just fun colors for summer.
Ooh! Wow.
Well, so much for that.
So, I mean, you know, like, look, you could pair these guys together.
So Zoe's a cotton linen blend, 60% cotton, 40% linen. It's 100 grams and 284 yards. So it's a DK. All right, I guess if I dump them all.
Look at how fun those two are together.
Yeah, I think that's not normally my favorite color, but I do like it for certain things.
Yeah, look at how fun that is together. You could also pair it. You could also go with this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's these great. Like there's a coral and a red. The coral is really nice with like this one.
Yeah, you could put these two together. That would pair really nicely.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even get away with it with like this. That would be fun too. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
That would be really fun for summer. I may have to go pattern hunt because clearly I've been distracted from like my 3 Seasons cardigan and
it's already happening.
Happening. You're seeing it live.
So that's Zoe. Only because it's important to know how it's spelled.
Right.
Zoo, E-Y.
I like these two together too. That's really fun.
Yeah. And then we have some plastic.
Navy.
Yeah.
I mean, like you could pair this navy with like this one if you want something a little more
muted.
Yeah.
Neutral. Yeah.
Neutral.
And then there's a gray.
I probably wouldn't do the navy with this. It's probably not gonna be enough contrast.
But with the pink, it would be nice.
But with this pink one, that would also be really nice too.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Lots of options, like lots of cool color combos.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll have to think about this.
This is why we do this, right?
Right, so I can find more yarn to buy and projects.
Just because it's fun to.
It is
think
fun.
About the colors.
So why don't we do the coupon code as YP Summer Fun?
Yeah, there you go.
So YP Summer Fun will get you 10% off the Marmel Duo and Zoe for the next 2 weeks. So until May 24th through May 24th. So check those out. There's definitely lots of different projects to make, and those lights just came back on. So who knows? Apparently dropping something on the floor triggers the motion
behind
sensor.
a counter, like it's behind the shelf from where the sensor is.
So weird.
Bizarre.
So Jen, what you wearing today?
I'm wearing Garden Gate because I added 3 inches to the bottom of it.
Yay!
So I'm happy, very happy with the length now. And I still have yarn left over. And I put it on this morning. I was just telling Ash before we started that I put it on and I was like, yeah, this is good. Maybe the sleeves could be like 1 inch longer on each side.
I mean, you have yarn to make that happen.
It's a sweater
now.
that will never ever be finished, but I do like the length a lot better.
Oh,
now.
good.
I think it's much better than it was before. So
well, and that's the thing. Like, if you don't like the way it fully fits, or
it was like hitting right at the top of where my jeans are, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just not a good look for me.
You're not going to wear it, right? You've invested all this time into making this garment, and if it doesn't fit quite right or hit you in the right spot, you're not going to wear it.
Yeah.
Or
you have to wear it over something else or whatever. Yes, I don't need attention drawn to that part of my.
I've been finding I've been like gifting a lot of things. Like if I've made something and it doesn't quite fit right, or something went sideways with gauge, or I don't wear it because it doesn't fit the way I like. I've started just giving stuff away because I'd rather have somebody wearing it than it just like hanging in my closet taking up space for new sweaters that I want to make. So
Garden Gate by Jen Steingass, great pattern. I had always sort of loved the sort of ironwork look of this, and so
and her patterns are really great to follow. They're really well written. Like
the charts are really well done.
Yeah,
it's great.
And she's got, fingering weight ones and DK weight ones and worsted weight ones.
So I took this with me last week, and I finished it on the first day of meetings.
Okay.
While I was in my meetings, and then I blocked it in my hotel room.
Did you wear it over the weekend when you were
there? It got chilly, so I was going to wear it one day, and then I wanted more layers, so I wore something else instead. But I thought I was going to. That's why I brought it with me.
Right, to finish.
Yes,
possibly.
But it's very drapey because it's knitted. I did it at a pretty loose gauge.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't take up any space somehow in my bag. So it was easy. So it's still called a WIP on my project page, so I got to fix that.
I have a few of those where they're still WIPs because I just haven't taken final pictures yet.
And it might still be a WIP if I make the sleeves longer.
That's true. The never-ending, the forever WIP.
Yes, exactly. Right. But in the meantime, I'll wear it. So that's
forever
a good
WIP.
thing. Yes, right. Right, exactly.
So I'm wearing my In Stillness drop sweater. So this is an Alicia Plummer sweater. I really enjoy a lot of her patterns. Like the fit on the sweater works really well for me. And this was knit out of some Gales Art yarn. Gales Art is not doing yarn anymore.
Yeah.
So she did do solids for a while. She was really sort of more well known for like her sock blanks and things. She would do fun, like she would do like a Rhinebeck. She would have like the Rhinebeck themed one.
Yeah.
And, so they were really cool. But she did do others, other yarn.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
This was, I think, like a bulky, like not a bulky, a larger skein. So I only had to buy like maybe 2 or 3 to make the sweater. So it was like a 200 or 250 gram skein or something, which is nice,
Yeah.
because then you have less to weave it at the end.
Right.
But again, this is a really fun little detail pattern up at the top, and then just lots of stuck in it down through the body. I can't remember. Is it a worsted? No, it's a DK.
Oh, really? It's worsted.
DK weight yarn. I think it was knit at a worsted gauge because it looks like I used 6 1/8. But it's pulling up as a DK weight yarn. So
yeah, interesting.
But yeah, it's a little. It's definitely lighter than a worsted weight sweater.
Maybe because of the because it's such a tonal. It looks. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a little heavier, but
yeah, it's not. It's pretty light. It's pretty lightweight. Perfect for today, where it's like upper 40s, low 50s, kind of rainy, drizzly. Like you just need something.
We're very color coordinated today.
Very purpley today. Not planned. Not planned.
Nothing about this yarn cast is ever planned.
Oh, no.
In case that's not obvious.
Nope. Yeah, no. Wow. Isn't that,
I'm sharing all our dirty secrets, but I'm pretty sure everyone knows that already.
I know, right? Nothing is planned here. So I think, given the 3 weeks, we've got some FOs to talk about today.
I just have a couple. I only have 2.
All right. Should I start?
Sure.
Okay, because I've got a bunch.
Yes.
I have some that I've pulled out of like deep stash,
deep whip,
deep whip, and some that we haven't seen before. So I got to pull up the project information because not prepared today at all. Okay, so let's
some
start
that are not
with,
even in my project page. Yes. Let's start with the girl.
Start with our girl. Start with our girl.
She matches too. She kind of fits right in with our theme.
She does fit right in. So this is Tail Feather Swift.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She's done, complete with sparkles, and it wouldn't be Tail Feather Swift without a special
ID bracelet
/ necklace.
She doesn't have a brace to put it around, so
so we've identified who she is, Tail Feather Swift.
That's fun.
With our little fun from bracelet here, with some matching colors. So for those who are not aware, this is Emotional Support Chicken.
They're quite comforting, oddly. It's
they're
funny. You do just want to hang on to them.
Squishy.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
How
mine sits in the living room, and people just pick her up when they come into the living room.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? It's just something about it.
Yeah.
Super squishy. I probably will make another one just because they were fun. Like I feel like this is something that
once you've done it once and you sort of get the increases.
These are fiddly to sew together. But it's fine.
A little bit of mattress stitch in this.
Yeah, I feel like I might have overstitched stuffed her, but then at the same time you're like, but that's what makes it so squishy. So yeah, emotional support chicken is done. She is. I did have to wait. I did have to order new safety eyes. So
Oh, you did?
Well, I wanted blue eyes.
Oh.
Mine did not come with blue eyes. It came
Mine
with
did.
like yellow eyes.
Mm.
But I would have had a problem because there were no eye backs in my package.
Oh, that's weird.
So I wouldn't have been able to use them even if I wanted to.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So I made sure I got blue eyes because that's just how we're rolling.
Right.
So now I have lots of safety eyes because on Amazon you can't order just one safety
You do know
eye.
we sell them here in the store.
I do know, but that's...
For anyone else who's wondering where you can buy safety eyes.
We have them here. Unlike me, who doesn't have time to even go to my own store to buy safety eyes and has to order stuff like
Oh, no, I get
at
it.
night.
Completely understand.
To have it shipped to my house. So
Right.
there we are. Tail Feather Swift Emotional
In the
Support
house.
Chicken is done and in the house. So FO number
great.
1. Yes.
All right.
And really, like, once you like focus, it's not really that.
No.
It's a fast project. It probably took me more time to sew this thing together than it did to knit it.
I sewed it together did I sew it as I went along? Well, no, not really, because you can't. No, I knit all the pieces first.
Yeah, you have to knit. I knit everything.
Yeah, I was thinking that I started sewing it together before I knit the belly piece, but I can't quite remember.
Well, I think it has you sew like this part, and then you stop here and then knit the belly. I knit everything, all the pieces first.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the safety eyes yet, so I couldn't sew this part to put the safety eyes.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Super fun.
Mm-hmm.
And that's done.
She's getting a lot of love in your house.
Yeah, she is. She is. All stuffies get a lot of love in my house. So
Yeah.
So should I just keep going? We've got
Yeah, you
kind
can
of a
do another
stack
couple,
of
and then I'll do
stuff
some,
here.
and
So I have finished what I've been calling the hockey socks.
which is good because hockey's just about over, right?
Yep. So this
Perfect
is
timing.
Woolens and Nosh yarn. This is one of her club colorways. I'm trying to remember.
Moonglow?
Moonglow,
don't
something. Yeah, it was
That doesn't sound right.
like her January or February club colorway. So as always, Michelle's a color genius and the colors are super fun. I did not do anything special with the heel for the self-striping. I just went with it.
Yeah.
'Cause for this, it worked. So little pair of shorty socks. It's definitely my preferred. I don't like super high socks
Yeah.
normally. So
There you go.
there they are. So I have a FO because I needed to get these done because baseball season was starting. So in the WIP section, you're going to
Stay
see
tuned.
baseball socks. So we
There might be
seasonally
more than one pair of baseball socks.
change up our my sock knitting. And socks for me are super easy. They're really portable. They're something I can knit while watching a game. I don't have to pay a lot of attention to them if I'm doing like this style. And it's just they're small. It's a small project that can get tucked in. So that's why I use them. So socks done. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Should I do one hat and then we'll switch over. All right. So on the heels of that, I decided to knit a Dahlia Bloom hat. Dahlia Bouquet. So she named it. It's like, no, I'm going to get this
Well,
wrong.
Ariana named it. I just said it looked like a dahlia to me, the top of it.
Yeah.
So, along with several other people.
Exactly. So this is a hat pattern that was designed by Ariana and our store manager here. And it's a way to use up leftovers from self-striping yarn. And it sort of showcases the beautiful self-striping nature of that yarn. So this, I was using leftovers of this yarn. Actually, have a lot. I can make a second hat, and that's part of the reason why I got that gray fingering weight yarn, is because I want to show the difference depending on what the main color was that you would use for this.
Yeah.
So this is just some Barocco sock, the blue that I had on hand. There is a blue stripe in here that's kind of close.
Yeah.
You can see it in a couple places, but it's not
Up close, when you're here in person, you can see the difference.
Yeah, it's a little harder to see on the screen. So I was just curious to see, like, with a different base color, you're going to see all of the stripes then, and it'll look a little different. So when I finish the other one, which I haven't started yet, but I will at some point, I'll bring them in to show them side by side, like how much difference, like a different base color can just change what the hat looks like. So it's kind of cool. So I've been wanting to give this pattern a try for a while. So that was sort of the other impetus to get the socks done so I could pass on a hat. But
it's not forced me to get my Polar Arc done.
No. Those are still languishing. Like they're going to be like a 50% WIP for like ever, I feel like, at this point.
Yes.
So trying to use up odds and ends. So Dahlia Bouquet hat. Check it out on Ravelry if you haven't seen this one already. It's super fun. Great way to use self-striping yarn.
Yeah.
So let's see if I can get that light to come back on because I think it's me.
Somehow, right. Maybe if I kick my feet, I don't know, because that's under the table. I did kick my feet.
Right there. Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Makes
All
no
right.
sense.
So, what do you got?
So
I see some finished stuff over there.
Just a little bit. When this pattern first came out, it's kind of having a little resurgence right now. And when it first came out a year or so ago, the Sophie scarf by Petite Knits, I knit several and I gave them away as Christmas gifts or whatever, but I never made one for myself.
Yep.
And someone came into the store last weekend, or the weekend before, when I was trying to decide what I was going to bring to North Carolina with me. And I was hoping this would be done, but of course it wasn't quite done. But anyway, so I decided. So I went and looked in my stash. And I used the Feederbrook that I used for my sister's tessellated vest.
Yeah.
And so, but some of you, I can't remember if I knew this or not last time we podcast. So my long-running Stellaris did not run out on my sweater, thank goodness. But I had a couple yards left. So, of course, I had to buy another one.
Because why would you not?
Because you need to have one at all times in your house, just in case. And so I just bought a very plain neutral silver one. But that's what I used in this as well.
That's fun.
And you can sort of see it there. And in real life, they're very subtle, the sparkles.
Total subtle, but it just adds that little...
Yeah. So anyway, interesting story. The pattern is very well written and it's really easy to follow. I'm not 100%... The yarn weight thing is a little confusing in it, how much you need by weight. And so I measured what I looked at, I know I apparently didn't take very good notes with what I had done before, but I had the skeins that I had knit the other ones out of left. And so I sort of knew how much I thought it had taken. I thought I had plenty of this when I weighed it. I did not. So I got to, which end did I get to? I think I got to right about here, I want to say. And luckily I had another one when I came home. So this is what I had left to finish when I came home. And I don't know, it's one end or the other. I can't remember which end where I added. I think it's this one right here. And it had some of the same colors in it. I think it actually looks like it all came from the same.
It does.
You would never know. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I stole a little bit of that skein, which is part of a sweater that's been in timeout for a little while. So hopefully I won't need it when it comes out of timeout. But anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I haven't washed it yet. I wore it the other day. It was a little scratchy, so I think it needs a little bath to soften.
Feederbrook, I feel like softens up quite a bit once it's been washed a time or two.
So don't forget, make sure you always have some of this in your house.
Right? Because you never know when you can use it. You can put it with hats, you can put it with cowls, you can put
Everybody
it on
knows
scarves.
how much I like a little sparkle.
Sparkle. So much fun. Sparkle. You could add it to... You don't buy yarn that already has sparkles in it.
Right.
Like that yarn right there.
Yeah, she's got some glitz.
Has some little glitz, little glitz and glam there. Little sparkle.
Yeah.
So in my attempt to try to clean up some project bags around my knitting chair, which I've not done a very good job of.
The coffee table is
it's just
in my house.
Disaster.
Great.
Yeah, this one had been languishing for quite some
I
period
forgot
of
about that
time.
one. Mhm.
This is the Heart to Heart beanie. This is what I'm calling the red edition. So this was some Lion brands like Rainbow Ombre, some yarn that just the skein went forever and ever. And a number of hats out of like one skein. And this is some glow in the dark yarn.
Oh,
so
that's right. I forgot
actually
about that.
these little hearts will glow in the dark.
That's fun.
But just a fun little hat, again, using up scraps. This will probably go in like the gift bin, which I just keep. And if my kids need gift for somebody, or I need something for an auction item, or, you know, a last minute gift for somebody, I can go reach in there and see what I can find. So, so anyway, so this one's
That's
done.
fun.
It didn't take very long. I mean, I think it was like here. It was just, you know, one of those ones where it's just like, just power through, get it done.
Yeah.
So there we go. Heart to Heart beanie. Fun
Sometimes
little-
you have to finish things up because you need the needles.
That may have also been happening.
3 projects with size 5 needles right now. So I have 2 sets of interchangeable. So I keep translating them between projects, which be good if I would finish one of those projects so they could just be readily available.
There was some of that going on. There was also some purchasing of needles.
Well, I already bought an extra pair. I thought 2 should be enough.
Right.
Plus I have, they're just projects that are easier to put on interchangeables because I have some regular fixed circulars, but they're not the right size. So.
I've been really loving the Chalgu fixed circulars and been doing a lot of magic loop knitting.
Yeah.
But I have like, I don't know, 4 sets of interchangeable. It's not like I don't have needles.
Right. I have them too. It's
like,
just
this is
right.
It's kind of gotten ridiculous.
Yeah. And somehow I'm still
buying needles.
Right. Yeah.
Don't know how it is.
The only other finished object that I have, I think, is the April square for the temperature blanket.
Yes.
I didn't bring the other ones with me, and I'm still thinking about how to hook them together, and I might start doing that soon. So, but April, as you can see, was mostly 40s and 50s, but there was a little cold blip in there and quite a few warm blips in there as well, which is kind of how April rolls. And then, well, I'll just do this because it's here.
Yeah.
So I'm a day or 2 behind, but this is one of the ones that takes the size 5 needles that are on something else right now. But
so it's just, you know, it's hanging for right now.
May has started with a bang because it was very warm on
Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, right. And that's as far as I got. So even Friday.
Friday
so there's
was
another
Friday
orange
was
stripe
really
coming.
warm too.
Yeah, and then it will sort of go back down again to some more green. A lot of
normal.
Green. Yeah, but anyway, so it has begun. Yeah, so it's interesting to put them all next to each other. I did have them out, and it's really, you can start to see how it's going to transition across the season.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking
really
about,
cool.
I'm thinking about how I'm going to hitch it together, and I might not just go. I might go in a spiral. I have an idea about how.
Or like go like this.
Well, that would be how I would do it, perhaps. But I might go January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August.
Oh.
And so because this little white square and rotate them, so the little white square sort of.
That would be cool.
I have to see, like a quilt.
I mean, you could the advantage of the squares is you can lay them out and play with that.
Yeah, so I'll just do it on my computer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because I'm a graphic person.
Right.
And then because then I could start hitching them together. I'm anxious about hitching them together until I decide.
What you want to do exactly.
Yeah. Plus there's some direction because of the stripes. So
got it.
We shall see. Stay tuned. You will see as the year unfolds. Yes.
So I think a yarn cast or 2 ago, I mentioned that I was going to have like a bunch of like baby knitting to do. So I've gotten started with that and I'm quite enjoying that you can finish a baby sweater in like less than a week. So
they are fast.
They are fast. So I have
goodness, look at that adorable thing.
The first one, so this pattern is Cabriole. It's a worsted weight, just it's a little shrug, which for us headed into like summer season I haven't blocked this yet.
That's
And
adorable.
it also has just a little button closure right there in the front. But
And a onesie or two and you're good to go.
right?
A sweet gift. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
super cute, super fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a worsted weight yarn. I use Malabrigo Rios.
Yeah.
This is like the Cape Cod colorway. So it's kind of a gray, but it's got some like green undertones.
Very neutral.
And super neutral. So it can be paired with all kinds of stuff. But just, fun little fast, cute gift.
It is adorable.
For little girl.
Very sweet. Yeah.
Yes. So sweater number 1, I have a second sweater for another person who's also having a baby. And there's like a long-standing cardigan joke. So that child is getting a cardigan, actually. It's the whole thing. But anyway, I may start to work on that just because I want to get those kind of gift knitting things done and then off the plate, and then you can kind of move to the next thing. But that's never stopped me before from having multiple things going at a time. So there may be a bunch of casting on now that I've finished a bunch of stuff to clear those project bags, which seem to then refill almost immediately. So
yeah, well, it is. Yeah, I thought to myself, why are you casting on a Sophie scarf? You've got a million projects, but they weren't incredibly portable.
I
have too many
travelable.
Yeah, too many multicolor projects going. Yeah. Are you done with your FOs?
I am done with my FOs. Yep.
I only have 2 WIPs with me because the rest I didn't really work on, I don't think, or I couldn't find them this morning when I was running around. I can't find so I did make some progress on the 24 birds. Helen Stewart knit along. It's very hard to see because it's all bunched up on my size 5 needles.
Right.
But I added the second color, and you can start to see.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. She started, the spoilers are done because the clues have all been released. And so she started to release a picture, so I saw one yesterday. So hers, the colors that she did are very faded, like they're close, all really close together. My colors have more contrast between them because that's how I am. So mine will be a little bit different, but I do like the colors together, so it's starting to
looks really
take
cool
shape.
So far.
Yeah. I looked at the picture even though I thought to myself, maybe I won't look. But of course I couldn't resist.
Right.
And so then I was like, wow, yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
That is a big circle. Yeah.
Shawls
Goodness.
Can be really large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I actually, I don't think I have it pulled up, so I can't show it to people, but you can see it online. But it's interesting. The hotel we were in North Carolina, of course, is it's not an older hotel, but the whole estate is old, and so there was a lot of William Morris inspired prints and wallpapers throughout the whole hotel. I was like, I should have brought that to work
Right,
on.
you had had some good
4 balls of yarn.
Photography.
Yes, right, exactly, right.
Opportunities, but
yes.
It's a lot of yarn.
And
to
that's too hard. It's a lace pattern, so trying to pay attention. Yeah, or pretend to pay attention anyway. Yeah.
So I have 3 WIPs that I brought with me.
Okay.
Let's start with this one. So the gnome news is good news.
Oh, I forgot about the gnome.
Cal has.
I almost brought that with me, and then I just couldn't.
Has started. I've made it through clue 2. I think all the clues at this point have been released. This is another one where...
Yeah, I have not started yet.
So I have this, which I believe is part of the gnome body. I had to guess based on size, and then I've looked at clue 3, so I kind of know what I'm doing next. I clearly have not blocked this, and the directions recommended blocking. I think her exact words were, "You will regret it later if you do not." So that's also sort of the holdup here. Like, really, how hard is this to drop this in some water and to pin it out so it'll stop like curling and doing that? I have a bunch of stuff I need to block, so maybe this afternoon. That's what I do. So we have that, and we have these little maybe gnome arms. I don't know what these are, but like, they were also gnome feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gnome parts, little gnome parts of some sort. So there we go. That's clue 1 and 2. There's 5 clues total, I think.
4, 5. Yeah, maybe. I
5.
don't know.
So I
Yeah,
have
I haven't
clue
started
number
yet.
3 is hanging out.
I keep forgetting about it because it's in a bag that I am not using right now. I got to dig it out so
Yeah.
I can remember.
So this is the crocus colorway. Woolens and Nosh did some special yarn kits for,
It does look like
for these.
crocuses.
I know, doesn't it? It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I'd like to finish this. Again, this is like another quick little cute project.
Yeah.
So-
Something else to cast on. I like casting on.
Yeah.
Finishing is a little trickier, but casting on. Yeah.
So
yeah.
anyway, it's just a fun little. We are doing a gnome along. Don't forget. So you don't have to do this. Gnome News is good news.
I'm not good at.
Imagine Landscapes has a ton of really cool gnome patterns. You can use any of the gnome patterns for the along. But if you use the Gnome News as good news, you can double dip in our knit along and also the one at Imagine Landscapes.
Yeah.
So, check it out. Cute little, again, cute little just stuffed, like whatever.
Yeah, who doesn't like a gnome?
Right. I think I saw that Sarah from Imagine Landscapes was doing like toadstool patterns too. Like if you follow her Instagram. So those
you could make a whole landscape for your living room.
Gnomescape of things.
Right. Which the cat would be super excited about
Right.
in my house. He would be.
Yeah. The toadstools will get stolen and become to cat toys. The gnome, I'm going to have to figure out where it's going to go
High
so
shelf.
It also doesn't get stolen.
To go on a high shelf.
Feels like
Maybe in a
something
box.
that a cat would be like, I want that. That's mine. I'd be like, no, that's really nice yarn.
Or your dog would be like, oh.
Oh, is that for me?
Right.
No, it is not.
Yeah. I did actually make progress on my sweater before I put it down and didn't pick it up again.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot this was in here. Yeah. So this is as much as I have left of the other Stellaris. So you can tell it was a crisis that I absolutely needed to buy some more.
Yeah, totally.
Although this is probably more than it looks like. It's probably a whole hat.
You could probably knit a hat with that. Probably.
Right.
I bet you could do a halberd hat out of that.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then you'd have a matching hat and sweater
That's what I need, a whole costume.
that you could wear to Rhinebeck. Because
Right.
that's a place where
Yes.
you could do that.
But look at what happened between...
Isn't there a halberd cowl too? You could go all in.
I could. Yeah.
Sounds like stop talking.
No, but between last time and this time, I
Look
got
at
done with the
that.
color work.
Nice.
And I divided for the sleeves, and I'm just knitting around
Awesome.
the body. So look how cute the fish are.
So cute.
I'm so happy with them. They're very happy fish.
They are happy fish.
I think
I
you can
love
see
it.
a little bit of sparkle if I dance them around a little bit. Maybe not, but it's very subtle, but it's there.
Yeah, it's there. Can definitely see it.
Yeah, so,
Definitely adds a little funness to the fish.
yeah. It's funny how yellow the yarn looks, the white yarn looks, but I guess it's a natural color. So anyway, I do need to work on this because this will be fun to wear next year. This could be my Rhinebeck sweater.
It could be a Rhinebeck sweater. You've
If
got
that's about the rate we're moving at.
May, June, July, August, September. You get 5 months, really, realistically. You could do it.
Will I do it is the
Right.
question.
You had body and sleeves.
Yeah. Well, the good news is there's body, but like it's a very tall, like the sleeves it's like a dropped.
Drop shoulder.
Well, it's just a yoke shoulder because it's not, but it's like the color work. I mean, these are big fish. Like I'm already halfway down my body, so it's not like the yoke color that ends like dead center where they all end.
Right.
So like, see, this one ends higher. The fish are like down here.
Down here. Yeah.
So anyway, we'll aim for October.
Okay. I mean, October can be a great time to wear
I'm not going to want to
sweaters
wear
like
it until then anyway.
No,
probably
probably
right now.
not. Probably.
There might be one chilly, maybe. So, anyway, I did make a little progress. I forgot about that. This morning when I was digging around, I was like, oh, right.
I have baseball socks.
Well, that's a pretty colorway. I like that
Oh,
one.
yes.
Yeah.
This is another, the most recent club colorway from Woolens and Nosh. So this would have been the April colorway. This is called Peepers.
The frogs.
The frogs. So I have just started the heel flap for the heel flap and gusset. And this time I decided I was going to use the counter color for the heel flap to keep my stripe sequence going uninterrupted on the top of the foot. So just, a different way. Afterthought heels, I like them, but they don't actually fit on my foot as well.
Just kick that. Sorry, folks.
As the heel flap and gusset. That seems to fit my foot the best.
Yeah.
So you can still do a separate color for the heel flap and gusset. It doesn't have as dramatic of a look as when you do
the stripes continue
but
on
the
your
stripes continue on the front of the foot. So I will turn the heel with this, and then when I get ready to pick up stitches, I will go back to the skein.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
It's a nice colorway. I like it better in person. I liked it online, but just to see it in person, the colors are really pretty.
Really fun. So a little bit longer of a cuff on this one because I wanted to get to this darker color to add the green back into. Like if I had tried to do it up here, it wouldn't have been.
You wouldn't have seen it.
You wouldn't have seen it. I suppose that would have been one way to handle it, but I kind of like it with the contrast.
Yeah, I think
so you can tell that it's intentional.
Yeah.
So this is the current baseball, sports, all the sports socks travel project.
Yeah.
My fun little arm bag. So there they are. There they are.
Okay. I think it's all you.
All right.
And then
I
there's
just
some
have
store stuff.
Yeah, I just have one more. So I had knit that ponytail poof hat with the Lion Brand Ombre Sparkle yarn, and I think when I had brought this in, I said I'm going to knit a second one, but I'm not going to knit the ponytail part. I'm just going to close the top and make it a hat. So that's what I'm doing. Again, to just like clear stuff out, clear the yarn off of this little Lemonwood. It's my unicorn one.
So pretty.
So pretty. So fun. Also convenient, right? Like this was hanging on like a kind of a light next to my chair.
Yeah.
And so this project just kind of hangs out there. So I was, working on this instead of casting on something else. But I mean,
seasons cardigan.
right. Cast on something else because this I can just pick up whenever. But yeah, just again, trying to use up all the yarn, be efficient. My rainbow colors. So they'll probably go in the gift bin if somebody doesn't steal it.
Right.
Who already has like 12 hats, hand knit hats, and she wears like maybe one of them.
Right.
The purple one that I made recently with the rainbow pom-pom actually has gotten the most wear from her. It's merino wool, super soft, not itchy at all.
Right. So
I find this acrylic with the shiny stuff in it way more itchy than merino stuff. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those are my whipses right now. Until I go home after this and cast on some more things.
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening.
It's that time of year. Spring, fresh, new, start. Yeah. Not stay the course and finish.
I mean, I was doing a little bit of that, cleaning up some of these smaller projects.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it would be good if I could do some of that, but, we have a couple other quick things, just sort of updates. Well, this one is an update on yarn that we showed you before, and we had shown you the pattern, and someone knit a sample, so look at that.
How fun. It's crocheted.
Crocheted a pattern. Sorry.
Crocheted a sample. So this is what the little top looks like.
Yeah. And that's how the rainbow cake crafts up.
Yep.
Crochets up.
So really cool.
Right now we have 3 colors in stock. That navy color is is not in stock, but we have these other ones. I really love this white one.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is. Obviously, I'm sort of partial to rainbows and white, given my blanket that I'm
Right.
working on.
I
but-
mean,
and the black
I
one,
would
which is
maybe
very similar.
think about crochet with this top. This is cute.
That looks hard.
I don't know. Is it?
No, I'm
I
sure
don't
it's
think
not.
so. It's just a zigzaggy. Lots of looks like double crochet maybe. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
So
So we had shown that before, and that sample just appeared this week, so I thought we would share it with you.
yep.
And then we have another project sample that someone knit also recently. Here. Ugh.
So this is the Curvette shawl. This is the mini version by Stephen West.
It's a nice shawl for summertime.
Yeah. Oops. So this was knit out of the Hawasco sock and some mohair.
Yeah, and we have every color in the world of mohair, and we have all these super fun colors of Hawasco socks.
Yeah.
So this may look familiar to you because I'm using Hawasco DK for my temperature blanket. But we have it in a fingering weight version as well.
Sock. And we also have it in cotton.
Yeah, right.
So you could
Yeah.
also do this in cotton.
Yeah.
But cotton and mohair might be
Yeah,
fun. But anyway,
Yeah.
So yes, we didn't
Yeah.
bring any of the mohair over because we have like
honestly, like 5 baskets of colors.
so
in it.
many
Yeah.
choices for mohair.
Yeah, lots of great choices.
Yeah. So this is
So-
kind of a fun little.
Yeah, yeah. It's light and airy, but also warm,
Yeah.
probably. Another one of those shoulder warmers for springtime. Yeah.
Just like that.
So we thought we would show you and show you all the fun colors that are there. So the Huasco sock is a pretty typical fingering weight. It's 100 grams and it is 439 yards, and it's a 75-25, I think. Yep, 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. So fun for socks
Nice.
and other things as well.
Yep.
Sorry for the clank. That
all right.
it has these very
Weird.
clanky tags
Yeah.
on it.
It's a $7 pattern on Ravelry, or €7 pattern. €7 patterns on Ravelry, but you can get the Curvette shawl on Ravelry. And I've knit a couple of different Stephen West shawls. Again, really well written, like
Yeah,
interesting techniques, like
yeah, right.
really cool looking shawls and garments that
Yeah,
he
and I
designs.
think he has, he has a reputation, obviously, for like the extravagant and crazy and innovative and whatever. But he also has some really beautiful basic patterns that
and some
they're
of
not
it's
basic
just,
per
like,
se, but I just meant they're
some of it's just the colors you use.
yeah,
Like you don't have to do like the neon shawl. Though I'm sure this would be gorgeous in neon colors. But you can, change
Yeah.
the look of it by your color choices. But you can also have fun with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He has several. I mean, obviously, lots of great patterns, but not all of them require extreme skill sets.
Right. Yep.
And some are just really great staples.
yes,
So
yes, absolutely.
I always recommend his patterns.
So we have our spring class schedule is posted, though I think a lot of those are filling up.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a chance to take a look at those, we'll add more come the fall for sure. There's kids classes and kids camps that are happening regularly
Throughout
now
the summer.
throughout the summer. We have a few knit-alongs going on. So we currently have the year-long temperature blanket craft along that is,
Will not end for many months to come.
yep, but it's still not too late to join that. You could definitely catch up with that. We have our winter thaw top along. So this is, you have to use something with cotton. A yarn with some cotton content in it. That's like really the only rule, other than it has to be a top of some sort. So it could be a tank, it could be a tee, it could be a cardigan, a pullover,
Yeah, so, right.
festival top. It has to go here.
So this gray, I think I probably forgot to mention this, is wool and olive, and it's a cotton, I think it's a cotton merino blend, I want to say. It has a nice feel to it, it's very soft.
Yep.
Great for a summer top, I would say.
Yep.
Wool and cotton do their best work together.
Absolutely. So the winter thaw top along goes to the end of May. So it's still some time to join in. Finish something. WIPs are allowed. So if you have something languishing and you need a little bit of motivation to get it done.
Yeah. 70% cotton, 30% wool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And we don't have this yarn in stock here, but we have several other wool cotton blends that are really nice for.
Yep.
So if you want, if you don't like knitting with cotton per se, then we have some great
There's
options.
so many cotton and cotton blends now that don't feel like cotton at all. And even some of our 100% cotton yarns don't knit like the cotton of 20 years ago. Like it's pretty incredible what is happening with those cotton yarns and cotton blends. They're really nice to work with at this point. We also have our Gnome Along happening. So that's going to end June 15th.
I better get going.
So plenty of time to come knit some little gnomes and join the fun for that. And then I think on the next yarn cast, unless we want to do it right now, I think we should do some sort of like summer travel project, but I don't really know how we're going to define that or the parameters that we would set for that. Maybe we run it this way. We do a show us your projects in the wild along.
Let's do that.
So it's on the go. So we have to be able to tell and it doesn't require you to finish the project.
Or go very far.
Just show us that you're knitting, and we can do this maybe in conjunction with Worldwide Knit and Public Day. So we won't run this one for a super long period of time, but show us your knits out in public. So let's do the craft in public along.
Yeah.
See how we just start making stuff up on the fly. So it's not tied to knitting. It could be crochet. It could be weaving. It could be embroidery. It could be
spinning in the wild. Right off the sheet.
Spinning in the wild. So craft in public along. We're going to start it now. And let's run it through middle of June for Knit in Public Day. So
it's early in June. I think it's like the 8th or the 10th.
Yeah. So if you go someplace... I
think we should run it a little bit longer because people don't take their vacations.
Well, we'll do a second one that's a vacation along. Okay. Let's do this one tied into Knit in Public Day.
Yep.
So let's run this one to like June 15th. So then if people haven't had a chance to knit in public, they could join a Knit in Public Day and meet the criteria. So this is a little different. You don't actually have to finish something. We're just going to open a thread to show us your craft in public photos, and that's how you enter. So you would enter by posting a picture in the thread that we start on Ravelry of you doing whatever your craft is out in public. So however you do that, so we can see that you're clearly not at your house.
Right.
Or in a public setting. That's the rule.
You can green screen it if you want to. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you could, because we're not going to be able to tell.
I'm just kidding.
So we'll do this to, build some interest and funness for Knit in Public Day. You can post more than once. You got to show that it's in a different location. So I don't want 5 pictures of you in the same place. And then when you post the picture, tell us where you are.
Right.
So that's
how we tell.
Yeah. So tell us where you are, and, let us know what you're working on. So give us, name of your project or what it is. So a little bit of details. And those are the rules. So we'll only have one thread because it'll be like a chatter thread, basically.
Yeah.
And so post those pictures up so we can see everybody, build a little, interest in Worldwide Knit in Public Day, show before. I would expect to see a bunch after June 8th,
right?
Which is Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
Bonus points for posting on Worldwide Knit in Public Day.
I will give you a second entry if you post that you're at Worldwide Knit in Public Day event. I I gotta write all this stuff down so I don't forget what I said on this yarn cast.
I have ideas for the travel one for later in the summer, so we'll save that for later.
Yes. So I think maybe on the next yarn cast, which we'll have to check our calendars, but maybe in like 2 weeks, we will announce whatever that summer travel thing is, because we'll probably start it like in June and run it right
till the
in
middle
conjunction
of August,
with
school starts.
Yeah, so we'll run it for the summer. That will give you some time to like gather whatever it is that you need for whatever the rules are. So keep an eye out for that. We'll do that on the next podcast when we sort out the details of if Jen's got some ideas. We'll
bonus points for
that.
Airport pictures.
Yes. Right? Train station or some sort of other. But anyway, so Craft in Public Along starts now through June 15th. Super simple to join. We'll have maybe a couple of different fun prizes for that.
Yeah.
So get out there. Craft in public.
Make us
Bring
proud.
craft to the masses. That's your job.
That's your
It's all of our job.
Right.
I am now known as the knitting lady at most of my kids' events.
Yeah, and that conference that I was at last weekend, like the first question they asked me,
what do you have
when we sit down to start the meeting, because it's 3 days of meetings, you know, it's like, what are you working on?
What are you working on? Right.
What have you got this time?
Right.
And sometimes I'll wear something that I had been working on previously, and they'll be like, I remember that.
That's what you were working on.
Right.
It's amazing.
Now I can see it now that it's done. Yeah.
Right? Amazing. Yeah. So join us for the Craft in Public Along, and stay tuned for the super summer craft along or something, whatever we call it. Gonna be fun. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's about all I have right now.
I think so too. And
we gotta get broken down here so the store can get open. It's about that time.
So. Almost that time. Yeah.
So thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks. If not, we will see you soon.
Yeah. I think 2 weeks is probably fine.
Yeah, I think so too. Though we'll have to double check.
Yeah, alternating weekends here.
Yeah.
With being gone.
So happy crafting, everybody.
That's right.
We know you have a lot of choices in who you spend your time with. So we thank you and appreciate that you have chosen to spend some time with us.
We don't really understand it, but we're happy to have you here.
We enjoy it.
That's right. Yes.
So we'll see everybody soon.
All right. Till next time.
So it's on.
Yeah. All right.
So it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we missed last week.
Right.
I can't do Mondays right now because of baseball. And not because I feel like I need to go to every game, but because
you should go to some.
Well, my spouse is coaching, one of the coaches of my son's team. So if it's an away game, I have another child I have to deal with and orchestrate, and that's already creating some challenges with my work schedule.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So Mondays are sort of off the table for the month of May. That's for me.
It's fine.
So it's fine. So we're here on Sunday.
Cinco de Mayo.
Yep.
Yeah, my dad's birthday for anyone who cares. Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice. May 5th. So that feels like a very culturally appropriated holiday.
Yeah, well.
The United States.
Right. Well, who doesn't love a good party? That's how I look at it, right?
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks. It's been.
Yeah, I was in North Carolina last week, Wednesday through Sunday.
Yep. It was local yarn shop day. Thank you to everybody that came out to the store, who bought stuff online.
Yeah.
Like, we appreciate you.
I was not able to go to a local yarn shop myself, but that's okay.
Oh,
that was part of the plan, but the days got very full very fast. So
I managed to sneak in here in the afternoon, which I wasn't entirely sure I was going to be able to do.
Yeah.
But I did, so that was awesome. Bought a couple of skeins of gray yarn, so apparently that's where I'm at right now. Gray. No, they were stuff I needed for one. I'll show you. You've already seen the finished project, but just I needed a good neutral for some pairing. And gray is like good color for that, so that's why.
Yes.
It's going to be used with something with color, but...
Yeah. I did knit quite a bit on that trip, which I will share my project from that.
Yeah.
It was pretty much completed while I was there, or close to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a little stack of FOs and some new things, and I was also trying to clean some stuff up.
Yeah. And then I came back and I was trying to remember what I had been knitting on. So it's kind of a... anyway, we'll have talked about some of this stuff already. So
let's see what else. We're like in full swing with baseball season in my house, so that's taking up a lot of time. And my younger kid's doing gymnastics and tumbling class, and it's like all in with that. Got some like PTO stuff that's going on. Oh, and it was mom prom. So mom proms happened in between this and. That was fun. Good party. Yeah. Good chance to go out and hang out with my friends. Yeah. Dance it up.
Yeah. Where I was in North Carolina was at Biltmore, which is in Asheville. And we stayed, our meeting was held on the estate, which was awesome. Oh, wow. So not in the main house, but in the hotel that's there. So that was really great.
It's got to be lovely.
It's beautiful. The only downside I would say is that the one day where we were doing the tour of the house and all the stuff was pouring rain, pouring hard. So there was no garden wandering. And so I've been there before once for the day. And I feel like I'm kind of destined not to see the gardens because that time, it must have been in June when I was there before. And I was very excited to go see all the rose gardens because that's one of their big, they have a lot of gardens, but that was one of their big ones. And we walked down, and it's like away from the house a bit. So we walked down and around this corner and through the woods, and we got there, and the roses had bloomed and gone by, and so they had cut them down to, so it's like this big empty field of like rose bushes that are chopped off. Yeah. So it's fine. I was a little disappointed not to be able to spend some time in the gardens this time, but it was fine. So, and my friend came over, my friend who lives in North Carolina came over and spent part of the weekend there, which was great. Awesome. So it's nice to see her.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
And I'll see her again this weekend, next weekend when I go to Maine to open the cottage.
Yay, it's that time of year.
I know, it's hard to believe. Yeah.
Abigail and I went and saw The Wizard of Oz at the Flynn with Lyric Theater. It was amazing. That theater group does such a great job. Yeah. If you're local here and you haven't checked out any of the performances by Lyric Theater, you should. Yeah, they're really amazing. Great. Yeah. They do 2 shows a year, like big shows, like one in the fall and one in the spring. Yeah. I
haven't been in a while. I'm trying to remember the last one I went to, but they're always good.
Yeah. My younger one loves to go to live performances, so she and I have been to a number at this point. So that's great. She thinks they're fun. I do too.
Yeah. I had another friend come and stay the weekend before I went to North Carolina, which was fun. She called during the middle of the week and said, I'm going to be up there because she was at Shelburne Farms doing one of their 2-day workshops on driving a horse team.
Oh, cool.
Like the carriages and whatever. So she works at Billings Farm and Museum. She's in HR, but she just wanted to know a little bit more. And so it was not that expensive. So she came and stayed with me, which was great. Got to go out to dinner a couple times, and it was great. So
let's see. We also had our April break. I feel like my kids are always on break. So this is hopefully our final really long break till summer, which is a whole nother set of challenges.
Yeah, my niece came back with strep throat from her break. So
that's fun. We were here. My parents were here.
Oh, that's right.
Visiting. So it was good to see them. Abigail had a cold, and then my mom got the cold, and so like we weren't doing as much running around as we would normally because people were kind of under the weather. Yeah. But we did go to J Peak one day
The water
to the
park?
water park,
Oh, that's awesome.
which was fun. I hadn't been up there before. That's a great,
Oh, yeah, no.
it's a great
yeah,
facility.
I haven't been to the water park, but I've been up for conferences before.
Yeah, it's nice. And like
Yeah.
in the middle of April when we picked like the rainy day to go. So it was good because we wouldn't have been outside
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So that was fun. And then, we spent an afternoon at Spare Time because also, again, kind of a drizzly, dreary day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was last week, right? A week ago.
Yeah, a week ago. The last week in April. Last full week in April.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That sounds like fun. Did you take a little bit of time off?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard. I'm saving up because we're going out in August. So, we're going to be gone for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm self-employed, but I have to. Also, I do have to work.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
I do have a job. An actual job.
Being self-employed is great, but
Great,
it also,
but it's
right.
not great.
You still have to do the work, right? Or you won't be employed at all.
Right. Right. Yep.
Right.
Yeah. Don't work, don't make money. So there you go.
Right.
Yay. So that's fun. And then I can't believe it's May.
Yeah.
And
April went by awfully fast.
It did. And so May feels already really hectic and kind of crazy. And then June is like a couple weeks and then school's done. And like 2 weeks in June is always like chaos.
The end
I feel
of
like.
June,
Yeah, to the like middle of June.
Yeah.
And then the end of June is chaos because I've got 2 kids with birthdays and
Yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
all the things. So
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like it's kind of always kind of quiet, easing up to April, and then April starts to pick up a little bit, and then once May 1st comes, like I am going to Maine next weekend, but before that I have a conference, so I'm actually leaving on Wednesday to go to a conference on Thursday, then to go see in Natick, Massachusetts, and then to Providence that night for a meeting for a client of mine, and then I'm driving to Maine after that. So for my planned PTO day on Friday. So so it's all good. But it was like I made plans, then I added a thing and changed all the plans, then I added a third thing and changed all the plans. I was just like,
that sounds about
okay,
right. Yeah.
Dear cat sitter, yes, I'm changing my dates once again.
Yes.
And then the following week I'm in Cleveland for 3 days, and then in June I'm in Chicago for 3 or 4 days, and then it starts to fill up fast. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then July is Maine again, and then and in May somehow it feels like you plan out your whole summer, not even like all the big things, and then all the little things that get slotted in around that. But then there's like nothing. Like suddenly it's September.
Right, and then kids go back to school, and then things. There's a little bit of a reprieve while fall sports start to spin up, and then fall sports spin up, and then it's like go
Yeah.
until like November.
Yeah. But all good things. Summer's good.
Yeah.
It's good to look forward to all the fun stuff. So
yeah, well, I guess fingers crossed we have some good weather this year, because last year was
the smoke.
2 thumbs down between the smoke and the flooding.
I sort of
and
forgot all
like
about
all
that.
of the rain.
Right. It's funny how you
it
sort
was,
of gloss over that until you sit back and think about it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just not a very pleasant summer last year weather-wise here. So
that's true.
Let's hope for
something better.
It's not going to take much.
It's true. It could just be, medium good.
Really low bar
and
right
it will
now.
feel awesome.
Right.
That's very true.
So,
it's crazy.
Anyway, well, I don't know. We might want to jump in. I think I see a lot of stuff on the table here. So I feel like we maybe have a lot of stuff to talk about, which would be cool.
Yeah,
good.
And actual knitting, not a ton, but like a weird assortment on my side. And
I have some weird stuff, like I said, things I was finishing, some new projects. Not the 3 Seasons cardigan missing from the pile here. I think where I was at was I'm going to finish some of these are projects that have just been hanging out. Like,
little bags just
finish
sitting on
these
top of everything. Yes, I hear
and then
you.
I can switch over to 3 Seasons cardigan.
At which point you'll be wanting to knit like a tank top.
Right, that's what I keep telling myself.
Right.
But
because this sort of April, May, it's been pretty good actually so far, but
weather's been kind of all over the place. So
Yeah.
like a 3-season cardigan would be really nice to have right now.
That's true.
So
yeah, I am trying to like fluctuate between like
Yeah.
I'm wearing socks today and I'm not wearing socks today. Like,
I had flip flops on yesterday, and
Yeah.
today not so much.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was. I have wood doors on the outside of my house, so every couple of years you have to re-oil. They're oiled, so I have to re-oil them instead. They're not painted, and it's probably been more than 2 years. In fact, I'm quite sure. So it's been in the back of my head as like a thing to do. And so suddenly yesterday I was like, I'm going to do that today. I had like a list of things I was going to do over the weekend, and none of those included this. But
you're
but
like,
they look
this
nice.
is-
They're all done. But
Well, and the weather was nice yesterday.
it was kind
to do
of
that.
the right
Yeah.
temperature for it. So it, yeah. So that, so also I'm oddly a little sore, not
Yeah, I
completely
bet.
sore, but
No, I
like
bet.
it's kind of weird. And honestly, the taping takes more time than anything else to tape all the windows out. But anyway, they look nice. But
Awesome.
yes,
Fun.
yeah, I didn't do anything in my garden, but
Right.
but that's because my bug baffler has not come yet. So this is I am tired of trying to work outdoors in the yard and have swarms of bugs around my
it's
head
awful.
and arms. And so I won't go out in the evenings because it's just so miserable.
Yep.
So I ordered a bug baffler, which is like this mesh shirt that has a hood, like goes like all around your head. It's all mesh, and it has a zipper here so you can take the thing up. So I'm excited about it.
Okay. Well,
That's
I can't
arriving
wait to
tomorrow.
hear
Yes,
how
I won't
that
model it
works.
because I'm sure it's going to be crazy. But
Maybe.
but I don't care anymore what I
Right.
look like
Oh, I know.
outdoors. And if it allows me to go out in the evening when I get home from work, I mean, because right now I won't.
Work
I mean,
in the
it's
garden. It's
just-
awful. Yeah. No, it's my house is a disaster.
I just, this week when I was walking, it started to be the little midgy
Gnats.
buds.
Yeah.
Bugs. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Abigail, jump around.
No, I know she's busy. Yes, one of my kids is here. Oh, there we go.
we go.
There's that one.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. It's on a sensor. Nobody's moving around. It's fine. So anyway.
Yes. So stay tuned for Instagram posts about the bug baffler.
Wait to see that.
Yes. I'm excited.
Amazing.
But then I thought that's why I'm staying inside to do a test, even though it's a beautiful day. I was on my porch because that's where the doors are. So
Yeah.
it was nice yesterday.
Yeah. That's gorgeous.
And today it's drizzly and
Today
cold.
it's gonna be rainy enough that the grown-up baseball game that was supposed to be happening is not happening. It got canceled. So
All right.
all right. Are you ready? We're ready. Okay.